Hey, Lynn Swayze here. Today I want to talk about B2B copywriting and then shift a little bit to technology copywriting and why it's different. If you don't know me, my name is Lynn Swayze. I have been a tech marketer, a marketing technologist, and a direct response copywriter for somewhere between 7 and 16 years, depending on how you count my work history. This is what I know, live, breathe, and love. I work primarily with technology consulting firms and startups, but also with sometimes just other agencies and consultants to help them grow their business with, good marketing automation, with good marketing strategy and funnels, and of course with great copy. Um, I am talking today because I had someone who had asked me how to get started in B2B copywriting, specifically tech copywriting. This was a person who had recently graduated. They wanted to get into B2B copywriting. They pitched, per their count, hundreds of businesses and yet didn't get any results. I took a look at their website and there was no mention of the niche, even B2B, anywhere. And of course, they wanted to get into tech and startups, I presume because it's a high value niche. There was no mention of tech anywhere on their site. Actually, their site looked really artsy. It had lots of these artsy colors. The blog was like about politics, like liberal politics. And a couple of the content pieces in the portfolio had nothing to do with tech, were poorly written. They were really short, like maybe 400, 500 words, and it was just a bad presentation altogether. Plus their background was in like art or communications or something. So it had nothing to do with computer science, with technology, with anything that would, to me, as somebody hiring, say, I can trust this person to write about software development life cycles, or I can hire them to talk about networking or about Java, or to know the difference between Java and JavaScript, or just all of these things that we in the IT world know. Like, I couldn't put her on anything. She doesn't even know basic content. So this is important. I have, as a hiring manager, written out whole outlines of, this is the avatar I'm going for, this is our tone, this is our custom methodology. As a technology consulting firm, here's the outline, this is what I want you to hit, and here's the final call to action. And I've had content writers fail even with that level of a content brief. It is so important to find good content writers. It is so hard because, not as a content writer, you've got to not only know just how to write in general, you've got to know SEO, you've got to understand the buyer's journey and where content fits in that journey. You need to understand good, structural elements of a piece of content, and you've got to know how to research, for the kind of content we're trying to write. And the way I do content is, it's going to be relevant, it's going to be meaty, it's going to be valuable, it's going to, convey what our philosophy and methodology is as a consulting firm. I don't want an article for my company or for any of my clients' companies to sound like something else you can find online. So I'm not going to go to, Constant Content or whatever and just pull something out and that's good. That's not going to work. It might work for other people and maybe you might get some rankings, but anymore, that's not going to move the needle. So when I, a hiring manager, am looking for B2B content writers and tech content writers specifically, those are the things I'm looking for. But I don't often see that. So many people, they're like, I want to go into B2B content writing or copywriting. One, they don't understand the difference between content writing and copywriting and how to pitch those things to B2B marketing managers. So that's one. Two, they don't understand that you need to niche down. B2B is a huge field, right? So we could be talking about B2B is industrial manufacturing. B2B could be marketing services. B2B could be carpet cleaning. B2B could be technology, right? B2B could be healthcare. It could be an executive coach, right? B2B means next to nothing. And saying you're a B2B copywriter or a B2B content writer is useless. You make yourself a commodity. And if you know me and my mentoring philosophy and my working philosophy, everything is niching down. Niche down for fuck's sake, right? As I say, you have to niche down. And so instead of saying I'm a B2B copywriter, I'm a B2B content writer, which niche? For whom? For what industries? Oh my gosh, guys, my camera is driving me crazy, right? Be specific, because you're gonna need to get that specific to, one, understand the pain points of the clients you're trying to reach and their clients. You're going to need to be that specific to really get good at the lingo and the trends and the big players and the software and the pain points of that niche. Writing for in the industrial manufacturing industry, where they're trying to keep their lines up and they're ordering Siemens and Pepperl and Fuchs and all these other things. Can you speak that language? Do you know the parts? Do you know the players? Do you know how buying works between distributors and manufacturers and resellers? Do you know engineering? Or, if you're going into technology, which is where I tend to play, I don't even touch all of technology. I do best with software developers or tech project managers, technology consultants that are, providing a service. I'd go so far as I would probably niche to software consultants because that is my happy place. That's my world. That's what I know, right? I can speak that language. I can follow those people on Twitter. I can follow big players on LinkedIn. I can learn how to do this myself. I can learn their pain points. I can learn how they run their business and what they're looking for in a marketing strategist or a copywriter or content writer. You have to niche down, because the people hiring you are going to expect you to know this stuff like the back of your hand. And the better you can speak their language, the better the content you're going to write, the better strategy. You're going to be a better advisor to them, and you're going to get them results. Yeah, so let's say you do want to go into tech. Great. There's lots of sub niches in tech, right? Are you going after startups? So companies building apps, and software solutions and sometimes software hardware solutions to change the world. Great. What kind of startup? Is it a fintech startup? You're trying to disrupt the banking industry. Is it a health startup where you're building a health device or a new health app or a tracker of some kind? Is it a gaming app? Mobile gaming is its own little sub niche. Are you, let's think tech again, software developers, consulting agencies. So consulting agencies and consultants are different than startups. Sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're not. Are you going after legal tech? Like, that's its own industry, and there are big players and you think, I mean, law, right, is boring, but that's a niche that you need to master. I feel like people don't take this serious enough. The clients who would be hiring you take their industry very seriously. They take their profession seriously, and they are not going to respect a generalist. So hands down, you want to enter B2B, you need to focus, period. Yeah. So now if you're interested in tech, I'm just going to go real quick, some tips for tech. One, again, niche down, get super, super specific. I am a direct response copywriter for fintech. I guarantee you'll get hired within a month, right? Just start pitching that, pitch fintechs, learn the industry, learn the pain points, design your whole website, portfolio, LinkedIn presence, whatever for that. You'll get results, right? Especially if you know your stuff and can learn your stuff really quickly. Again, you've got the library, you've got the internet, do your due diligence. So niche the fuck down to get on LinkedIn, find that statement, I am a blank who helps blank. What are the results you get, right? What is that core offer? Get specific in your offer. And if you know my systems, there are 11 marketing factors to consider when you're writing copy, launching a campaign, building an offer. Start to dig those out, right? What are the pain points you're solving? What is the promise, that you're delivering? What's the problem you're solving, right? Who are you? And is who you are in alignment with your clients? If you're going after fintech people, maybe you should know something about finance. Maybe you should watch your politics. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but like, these are things to think about as you're pitching. And it really bothers me to hear that there are people who are pitching hundreds of clients and not stopping and thinking about how they're showing up and what they're doing. They're just like, hey, I'm a copywriter, a content writer. I can write anything and I'll work for free. That doesn't inspire confidence in anybody. Why? One, no, they can't hire you for free. Two, if you don't have any experience or haven't at least done your due diligence to know what you're talking about, they're not going to hire you because you're going to fuck it up. Nobody wants free work. They want good work. They want results. Um, yeah, that's all I've got. It sounds like a rant, but there's a lot of gold here for people who are willing to listen and apply, right? If you're looking for a mentor to help you break into the tech writing industry, so providing marketing strategy for technology consultants or startups, what to think about, if you want someone to help you think about how you should position, how to build that offer, how to pitch the companies, who to pitch, the kind of pricing and payment that these kinds of companies are used to. Um, how to learn the lingo, where to go, who to follow, how to stay up to speed. Talk to me. I may be taking some people on for mentoring, and I may have some work myself to give. So let's talk about it. Lynn@lynswayze.com. Otherwise, good luck. I want to hear that you've applied this. I want to hear, have you applied this? What happened? I had a copywriter recently who was getting completely ghosted, not paid, not respected. I gave this advice. It was for a different industry, but niche the fuck down, position appropriately, ask for payment upfront, say you are the expert at this, and let that what you do be super narrow and focused, hyper specialized. He ended up with, I think, retainers, like high ticket, valuable, not high ticket, but valuable retainers and respected. And all of a sudden people were implementing his work and like, wow, this is amazing. This is so great. They weren't nitpicking. They weren't ghosting him. That's the power of specialization, because you are either an expert or you're a commodity, right? And it's one or the other. Like there is no middle ground. The middle ground is commodity. And commodity positioning gets you commodity respect, which gets you commodity pricing and commodity implementation and commodity opportunities. It is painful to niche down, but it is always worth it. Always, always, always. You will never regret. I almost guarantee you will never regret niching down, especially as a writer or a creative serving the B2B industry. Just what I've got today. I wish you all the best in your business. And again, Lynn@lynswayze.com if you're looking for mentoring.